Hello everyone and welcome to this Yin Runners Yoga. Yin Yoga is a practice that we do on cold muscles. So if you have just gotten back from a run and your muscles are still warm, then this practice is not the best for you right now. But I do have lots of other post-run videos, which I will link below, and you can check out those. This video is more designed for a rest day or for a couple of hours after a run, especially if you are feeling tight and sore in those running muscles. In Yin Yoga, we hold the poses for a little bit longer, around 3 to 5 minutes. For this video, we're going to be holding them for around 3 minutes each. This will allow you to get a nice deep stretch into all of your running muscles and just to say thank you to them and to help them recover. You might have a cushion or a yoga block nearby. We're going to be sitting on the mat and that's going to help you within these poses. So if you're ready to begin, we're going to start from a seated position. You can sit on that cushion or yoga block if you need to. And then you're bringing the soles of your feet together. Coming into butterfly pose here. We're not going to force our knees down, just let gravity do its thing. If needed, you can support the knees with cushions or yoga blocks in underneath. Now, the further away you have your feet from you, the less intense this will be. So find a position which feels appropriate for you. One which allows you to stretch through your inner thighs here and your groin, without putting too much pressure or pain onto your body. We're going to be here for 3 minutes. So you can stay with your spine upright like this, or if you want to go a little bit deeper, we can come into folded butterfly, just allowing the back to round, dropping the head towards the feet. Tapping into all of these sensations you might be starting to feel around your inner thighs and around your groin. Breathing deeply into them. And as soon as any thoughts start to pop into your head, just try your best to disengage from those thoughts. Come back to your body and back to your breath. If your head, neck, shoulders start to feel heavy, you can rest your elbows onto your legs, creating a little platform for your head to rest. Now take 3 more breaths. And when you're ready, you can start to push the floor away from you. Very slowly coming back and just asking your knees to come back together. From here, we'll do a few windshield wipers, having our feet about mat width distance apart, and then dropping the knees from side to side. releasing any pockets of tension that might have been created from that pose. And now when you're ready, we'll make our way into our next yin pose, which is dragon. So you can make your way towards all fours. And when you're there, step your right foot forward in between your hands. Your back knee will determine how deep you go into this pose, so you might slide it back a little bit more. Front foot might walk forward slightly, but really it depends on what feels good for you. Don't worry too much about the alignment here. Our focus is to stretch this back quad, also feeling it within our back hip flexor and psoas muscle. So we're just going to stay here for a few breaths, breathing deeply in and out of whatever sensation you feel within your hips. And with time, your hips might open up a little bit, allowing you to gently drop them towards the floor. Keeping everything centered here from left to right, front to back. Everything is centered in your pelvis. Three more big breaths. Now we'll start to transition into sleeping swan. So we're walking our foot over towards the left side of the mat. Keeping this front foot flexed will bring the front knee onto the mat. Now it doesn't matter the position of your knee or your shin, whatever feels right for you here is what's right. We want to make sure that our hips stay square to the front of the mat, so just trying not to just dump our weight into this right hip. So we're starting to target our front glute, our right glute, but still getting that opening through the back leg as well. And if you want to go a little bit deeper, keep your weight in your hips, but start to come down onto your forearms. Finding sleeping swan here, maybe resting your head down onto your hands or onto the floor. And we'll be here for 2 minutes or for however long feels right for you.
Take 3 more breaths. And now you can start to slowly bring yourself back up. We're going to do exactly what I said not to do, and that's sit over on the right hip. From here, you might be able to bend this back foot, maybe finding it with the left hand and just opening up through our back quad here. Taking about 3 big breaths. You can release your grip from your left foot. Now we're making our way into half shoelace pose. So staying as we are, we'll straighten our right leg out in front of us. Then the left foot is going to come all the way across. So now it's somewhere beside the right hip. You can be sitting on a cushion or yoga block here if you need to. And this is a really nice pose to start to open up through the hips, but we're really going to target our calf and hamstring here in the bottom leg by gently folding forward. So when you're ready, just walk your hands away from you. Allow your back to round and then drop your head towards your top knee. Already you might be starting to feel that nice pressure on the calf and hamstring of the right leg. And if you want to go deeper, if your body allows you to, you can slowly with time aim to walk your hands a little bit further away, maybe drop your head a little bit deeper. We'll be here for 2 minutes. Take 3 more breaths. Now pushing yourself away from the floor, come back up into a straight spine. And we're going to work a little bit more with opening up the hips, coming into shoelace without the fold. So we're taking that attention away from the underside of this right leg and bringing it more up into the hips and glutes. You might be happy to just stay here like this, but if you do want to go a little bit deeper, you can now bend your left knee or your right knee, your bottom leg anyway. So now this right foot is beside the left hip and we have come into full shoelace. Now you can wiggle and adjust and make sure you're not sitting on your feet, that you can feel both of your seat bones pressed down into whatever you're sitting on. And once you feel comfortable, you can just find a little bit of stillness, find your breath, find all of those sensations you feel within your hips. And we'll be here for 2 minutes. Now just taking a second to find your center, finding that nice straight line from the crown of your head to the base of your spine. Breathe in and out from your center. And now we'll take this into a twist by bringing our right hand back behind the tailbone. Right arm then props up the spine. Left hand can come to the inside of this top knee. Inhale to lengthen through your spine. And as you exhale, start to rotate so you can eventually look back behind you. Each inhale lengthens and each exhale twists. Now we'll start to come back to center. You can unravel your legs and do whatever you need to do here, maybe shaking out the legs or rotating the ankles, maybe doing some windshield wipers. Also really nice to take the time to just stretch your toes as wide as you can, especially since they have probably been in runners recently. Now we're going to repeat from Dragon Pose all the way through those poses again, this time of course on the left side. So when you're ready, you can bring your knees back to your mat. This time your left foot comes forward in between the hands, back knee might slide back, front heel might inch forward a little bit. Letting our hips be the center here, so we're not leaning left or right, we're not leaning forward or back, we're just nice and neutral here. Gravity and your breath is helping you get deeper into the pose. Taking 3 more breaths like this. And now it's time to slide into a sleeping swan. So the left foot comes over towards the right side of the mat. Keep this front foot flexed as you drop your knee down. Hips are square to the front of the mat. And then you're keeping your weight in your hips as you bring the forearms down. Resting onto your pillow. We're here for 2 minutes. Taking 3 more breaths in this pose. Now we'll start to come back up. This time coming to sit on the left hip, bending our back knee and reaching back for this right foot with our right hand. Just creating this little quad stretch for a few breaths. Now we're going to come into half shoelace, so you can start to scoot around. Left leg stays long in front of us this time, and the right foot comes over to be beside the left hip. And when you're ready, you can start to fold forward, finding that nice juicy stretch in your calf and hamstring of the left side. Finding your breath. We'll be here for 2 minutes. It's time now to slowly come back up. Transitioning to full shoelace by bending our bottom knee. Making sure we're not sitting on our feet. Finding that full shoelace if we can. If not, just stay with half shoelace. Finding your center. And just hanging out in there for the next 2 minutes. We'll make our way into a twist by bringing the left hand in behind us. Right hand or arm hooks to the front knee, rotating from the base of the spine all the way to the crown of the head. Inhale to lengthen, exhale to twist. Now we'll slowly come back to center, unraveling everything, doing whatever you need to do now, whether your focus be on your toes and feet, through the ankles, or maybe you want to do those windshield wipers again, releasing your hips. Now we're going to practice downward facing dog just as a counter pose, not as a yin pose. So we're only going to be holding it for a few breaths. But you can bring your hands towards the front of your mat, feet to the back. Curl your toes, lift your knees, then drag your hips up and back. You might just start by paddling your feet, stretching through the backs of your legs. And then to release the back, you can drop your head towards the mat, maybe bringing your ears in line with your biceps. Keep pushing yourself away from your hands as you point your tailbone up. And then keeping a bend in your knees, try to touch your heels to the floor. Big stretch for the entire back body. Keep breathing. Keep pushing away from your hands. And now you can start to walk your feet slowly towards your hands. Eventually, we will arrive into our last yin pose, which is dangling. So the feet are about mat or hip width distance apart. Your knees can stay bent, and then your hands come to hold opposite elbows. Now, everything might just hang low here, but if you do need a little bit of support, you can rest your elbows onto your thighs. And just allow your spine to round, allow your head to become heavy. Try to balance the weight equally through the front and back of your feet. Relaxing your jaw, relaxing your neck, relaxing your shoulders. We're going to be here for 2 minutes, allowing gravity and your breath to do the work. Take 3 more breaths here. Now to come out of the pose, you can bring your hands back to the mat. Take a really big bend into your knees and then just bring yourself to sit on the mat again. You can sit whatever way works best for you. And just letting all of the blood flow back down through your body. You might just sit here with your eyes closed or your gaze relaxed. And you might start to feel all this new energy within your body. We'll stay here for about a minute, just letting the body absorb and digest everything that we've done. So once again, find your breath. Relax your jaw. Tuck your chin slightly to your chest. Relax the shoulders back and down. Lengthen through your spine. Feel your seat bones pressing down while the crown of your head is growing up. Find your center. Breathe in and out from it. And we'll take 2 more breaths like this. And when you're ready to do so, you can open up the eyes again. We'll end this practice here. So thank you so much for joining me for another running yoga routine. I have lots of videos for runners, so if it's your first time here, you can check out that playlist. There's lots more yoga running content in there. And I also have lots of full-length yin yoga classes. So if you did enjoy this style where we're holding the poses for a little bit longer, definitely check out my yin playlists as well. So I'll see you in the next video, but until then, take good care and goodbye.